Michelle Ladd here from the Human Form with another evolution workout for you today. As most of you know, our evolution workouts are 8 stations of exercises, some strength, some cardio. You're going to perform each station for 40 seconds of pretty hard work, followed by 20 seconds of complete rest. Getting through all 8 stations, giving yourself a 2-minute break, and then repeating that circuit 2 more times. So a total of 3 times with a 2-minute break in between each one. You want to make sure you start out with a good warm-up. We've got warm-ups on our resource page. Some of you may have your own warm-ups that you do. Regardless, go into this warmed up a little bit. First exercise we're going to start with is a step up. This step up is going to count as a little bit of our cardio today, so you're not going to want as much weight as you might normally use, and you're going to want to do them a little bit faster as long as you've still got good form and don't have any pain. So at home, a step or a step stool or a sturdy piece of furniture. This one's maybe 12 inches high today. The higher it is, obviously, the harder it's going to be. You're going to place one foot up on top of the box or object, lean forward into that leg so that you're not pushing up out of your back leg. Put the load all into your front leg. Stand yourself up, tap the top of the box for balance if you need. Slowly lower yourself back down. Switch legs. So now my left foot is up there, floating through that left leg, tapping at the top for balance, and back down. So you can go a little bit quicker once you get the hang of it, and you can add weight for that, either holding up goblet style or weights down at your sides, whatever works best for you in your house right now, to add challenge to that. Next exercise we have are some band pull-aparts. Any kind of band will do. We have these super bands here. You could do bands with handles, bands you get from physical therapy that are the thin, flat kind. You're just going to have to adjust the width of your arms to get the right amount of tension depending on the band you have. So closer together is more tension, farther apart is less tension. So you're going to grab about shoulder width apart or whatever works for the band that you have. You're going to keep your torso nice and solid, chest up tall, and you're going to bring your arms along the sides so they're even with the sides of your body, making a nice T shape with your body and squeezing your shoulder blades in the back. You're coming forward just until you're about to not have tension on the band, so don't let it relax like this. Keep some tension and then pull them back again, squeezing your shoulder blades down and together in the back, keeping tension as you come forward right before it stops having tension, and then right back into it again. So from the side, you can make sure that your arms are getting even with your body. So you don't want to just stop here. You want to get all the way until you're in line with your shoulders, squeezing your shoulder blade, controlling the way forward. So keep constant tension on that through the entire 40-second work period. Next up, we have our goat bag RDL. So at home, you're going to want to load up a duffel bag or a backpack full of some weight, or you can also use a kettlebell right in your sternum for this one, with the bottom of the kettlebell right in the middle of your abdomen there. But if you've got a duffel bag at home, you're going to load it up and hold it like this. So from the side, my elbows are in front of my body, kind of pointing towards the wall in front of me, or trying to get them there anyway. You're going to bend your knees a little bit, keep your chest pretty tall, push your hips back as far as you can get them without your knees straying backwards. So you want to keep them right over your ankles, and then drive your hips forward, squeezing your glutes at the top. Upper body and torso stay solid throughout the whole exercise. Knees are bent slightly, hips go back, and hips come forward. Everything else should remain pretty solid throughout. If you've been doing kettlebell swings and you feel confident about doing them in your home, that's the other option for this station. You want to set the kettlebell out in front of you far enough that you have to reach a little bit to get it. You don't just want to pick it up and fling it off the floor. You want to start here, you want to get your hike, and then go into your first swing. So it's going to go back and drive forward just about shoulder height or even chest height is fine. A lot of power through your hips, not really using your arms on this one, and when you're done, you're going to set it out in front of you like this again. Fourth exercise, we have some bear position plank options, different variations depending on what's challenging enough for you. You're going to start on all fours, so my shoulders are right over my wrists, my hips are right over my knees. Make sure you don't have to up too close or too far. You want to make nice 90-degree angles at those joints. You're going to tuck your toes under, tuck your butt under, brace through your core, lift your knees off the ground just a little bit. This is the hold position. So if that one feels challenging enough for you, stay there. Don't worry about doing any of the other versions. The other two options are same position, glutes tucked under, knees off the floor a little. You can work on lifting the leg, not too high, just a few inches. The farther apart your feet are, the harder it's going to be for you. And then the last option is going to be an arm and a leg at once. So you're going to reach and bring them back, reach out, bring them back. Without moving your hips and shoulders through this, they should stay pretty solid. As if I were to have a bowl of water on my back, it wouldn't spill at all. After that, we have, again, two options depending on whether or not your body likes to jump very much or not. So if you've got knee pain, ankle issues, even back or neck pain, and jumping doesn't feel good for you, the first option is a cross crawl. So your arms, ideally your hands are by your ears, and you're rotating and reaching elbow to knee to get them to touch without a lot of rounding forward. So you're rotating through your upper body and you're getting your elbow and knee to touch that way. If you can't touch your elbows to your knees, just bring your hands down lower. It is important to try to touch. So however you need to bring your arms down low enough so that you get that kind of a tap. You could even do hands to your knees. Other option, if you do jump and don't have pain with that, you can take your band, set it up on the floor, or find a break in the floor or the carpet, something that gives you a nice line. And we're just gonna do line hops back and forth over the band, as quick as you can get them without moving a lot through your upper body, just getting your feet to go side to side over that line on the floor or across the band. Then we've got some push-ups. You're gonna find a place in your house that's got something tall enough so that you can do a really solid push-up with your body in plank position. So this might be your countertop, your dining room table, the side of a couch, the front of a chair, getting lower and lower all the way down to maybe a coffee table. If you find that you don't have perfect form on the floor, elevate yourself as high as you need to have good form with your hands up a little higher. So I have this 18-inch box here. You can put your hands on the side of it just like any piece of furniture. Shoulders are right over your wrists, so don't start your push-ups back here. Get lined up over your wrists. Get yourself in a nice plank position, straight line from your shoulders down to your ankles. So we're not here and we're not up here. Bracing through your core, lowering so that you touch whatever object it is you're doing your push-ups on. We don't want half push-ups. So make sure you can get all the way down and tap the object, brace your core, push away through your chest. If you can do those on the floor, we've got straight floor options, and then the more complicated push-up position for today is going to be a Spider-Man. So again, regular push-up position, and then as you lower down, you're going to bring one knee towards your elbow, and then back up and alternate sides, back and forth throughout the whole 40 seconds. Last exercise is going to be a dead bug or a leg lowering variation. So you're going to want to find a piece of furniture that's pretty sturdy you can hang on to. Maybe the leg of a heavy kitchen or dining room table, the bottom post of a couch, something like that. You're going to lay back near it. You can also put a kettlebell behind your bed. We do that behind your head. We do that in class sometimes too. So getting close to whatever object it is that you're using to hang on to. Bringing your knees up at 90 degrees, pressing your back down into the floor, using your core. You can start by just alternating, lowering your leg. The goal is, as your leg gets closer to the floor, you're working hard at keeping your back pressed against the ground. So the more you lower, the more you have to work on core strength, pushing your back into the floor. If these aren't challenging enough, you can work on lowering your legs straight, hovering all the way to the ground, and bringing it back up. When your leg is fully extended, hovering above the ground, to make that even harder, fully exhale, bring your rib cage down towards the floor. Really get extra stability through your core. The next more advanced variation would be to do 2 legs at a time. So this is where you'll probably want to hang on, 2 legs together, bent, lowering towards the ground. Again, back needs to stay flat against the floor or against a rolled up towel underneath your back the whole time. Most advanced, straight leg. Get that core set by tucking under a little bit before you start. Lower your legs down without your back coming off the floor, and then use your core to pull those legs back up to 90 degrees again. Last exercise in this circuit is going to be some squats. We're gonna do these more of a cardio style, so a little less weight than you would normally use, maybe even no weight at all, so that you can go faster and get more reps in your 30-second period. So if you wanna just place your hands across your shoulders, since you maybe don't have a weight, and your arms, feet are gonna be a little wider than shoulder width, and then you're just gonna drop your hips down and stand back up. Knees go forward towards the toes, hips go back and down, chest stays as tall as you can. So make sure squats don't end up this way, and you wanna make sure your heels don't come off the ground. So heels and big toes firmly planted, sitting down towards a box or just in the air, standing up by driving your hips forward and squeezing through your glutes. All right, so that's all 8 stations. Remember, you're doing 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest, getting through all 8, taking a 2-minute break, and repeating for 2 more cycles. If any of those exercises don't work in your home or for your body, feel free to substitute them out with anything else we do here in our groups or things that you know feel great for your body, and let me know how it goes.